I never watched any of the live-action Disney or Nick shows as a kid or as a teenager. I know they were very popular, and a lot of people in my generation loved them and think they were hilarious. Something seemed off about them when I was a kid. I thought they were dumb, for one thing. I thought they were very childish. And, something about the shows disturbed me in the back of my mind. I just felt uncomfortable. But now, I think I'm vindicated because of all the things coming out about those directors and stuff. Yeah, about how those young girls and boys were exploited by the industry and by the producers. Yeah. When I was a kid, I only watched cartoons. The only live-action shows I watched as a kid were the grown-up live-action shows and the older live-action shows. But I never watched any of the Disney or Nick live-action shows. Oh, and about Miley Cyrus, I predicted what happened to her long before it happened. I foresaw it. I knew she was going to go crazy. A lot of boys in my age group had crushes on her back then. I did not, because I knew, she's gonna... Just like what happened with the previous one. Previous ones. And many more. Okay, maybe those two examples are far worse, but still. I am sick and tired of so-called family media companies ruining the lives of young girls and boys. Back in the 2000s and 2010s, my peers of my age group used to laugh at me for exclusively watching dated cartoons. But now, I've been vindicated. Then again, the other reason why I didn't have a crush on her is because, well, when I was a teenager, I was scared of girls. I'm straight, but I was scared of girls, so I never really had any crushes. Not that many. On anyone. Especially not on celebrities. I was scared that girls would lead me down a path that I dare not tread. I know, that's cringe, but yeah, that's how I felt. Because so many other teenagers were dating, and not just dating. They were doing things they shouldn't do, and the consequences were there. And I didn't want that to happen to me. No, of course I can't get pregnant. I mean, you know what I mean. The other way around. So I was legalistic and I refused to date anyone, or ask anyone out, or even talk to a girl. This is also why I never went to youth group until I was an older teen, because I didn't want to be surrounded by boys who were morons! Because most of them were! I know this sounds like I'm self-important, but really, most of my friends as a kid were adults. Most of my friends were not kids. Because anyone in my age group couldn't even understand what I was saying half the time. It went completely over their heads. They didn't get any of my references, and I didn't get any of their references. And a lot of the music that was popular was the biggest pile of crap that ever was. And anytime I'd bring up music I liked, I'd just get a blank stare. And people would laugh at me because you like old people music. You're not with it. You're not up to date. You just like the old people music because you're homeschooled and sheltered. Oh, shut up. This music is objectively better than this crap. I don't care what Reddit says. Older music is objectively better. The wrong generation is the worst subreddit, because it makes fun of any young person who acknowledges this fact. The fact that the boomers and Xers had better music than we do. There are songs that are modern that are good, but I think it's better to enjoy things that are classic, timeless, things that have withstood the test of time than to constantly chase after the newest thing. Remember these? Remember when these were the newest thing? And now they're old, and now they're seen as dumb. Yeah, because they were always dumb. I mean, what's the point? They have shapes. Oh wow, they have shapes. But then you put them on your arm, the shape's gone. What's the point? These are objectively better because they have text on them that you can actually read. I know those were an early 2000s fad as well, but yeah, I think those have withstood the test of time better. The majority of things that you think are new, fresh, and cool will age like milk within 5 years. I'm not saying you can't enjoy things that are new, but don't chase after them simply because they're new. I'm fairly certain that there are a lot of late millennial, early Gen Z people around my age, around 28 or so, 29, that had the exact same teenhood. If there are any others, I'd like to know you. Because, yeah, it was crazy, wasn't it? It was ridiculous. You weren't allowed to be original. If you didn't like whatever was the newest thing, they'd laugh at you. Oh, you don't like it? You don't like it? Yeah, I don't like it because it's stupid. There's nothing cool about laughing my fat butt off. That's the name of that group. That's actually not the real acronym, but, you know, it's not fat, it's another word. And just what the actual heck was this? That just made me feel like music was over when that came out. But now I take it back. Mumble rap is far worse. I think the only modern music I liked at the time was Daft Punk. And I don't mean the majority of their songs. Most of those are just samples played over and over and over. I mean the music they made for Tron. Now that was the best music ever. Still is some of the best music. And when synthwave stopped being a niche thing and started to become mainstream in the mid to late 2010s, I got really happy. And it still is pretty mainstream, I think. Well, at least I still follow it. I love it.